Good afternoon, everyone. We're here at Shriners Hospitals for Children in Galveston, Texas. This is a pediatric burn hospital where we treat really large burns in children. But at this hospital, we don't just treat the physical side of large burns. We treat the mental and emotional side as well. My name is Dr. Brent Smith. I'm a licensed psychologist, and I'm part of the psychology department here at Shriners Hospitals for Children. Most of the children we treat deal with post-traumatic stress symptoms and a lot of anxiety. That's normal for a large burn. But in a time like this, we're all dealing with a lot of anxiety. The coronavirus has made a lot of things uncertain. A lot of parents are worried, and a lot of kids are worried too. Today I want to talk about some strategies you can use to help yourself and your children as we deal with this coronavirus pandemic. The first thing you want to do is inform yourself. This means going to a reputable source like the CDC and getting the basic information you need to talk to your child about the coronavirus. The second thing you want to do is actually talk to your kids about the coronavirus. You can give them appropriate info, you can ask them questions to see what they know, and you can answer any questions they might have. Doing this really helps children feel secure. They know that their parents are confident enough to talk to them about what they may see as a very scary thing. Now, after you've informed yourself and you've talked to your children about what's going on, the third thing to do is to move on. This part is very important. We can spend all day ruminating about the coronavirus, being anxious, checking cable news or social media, but all of that really isn't helpful. It doesn't make us feel any better, and it doesn't help our kids either. It's important to do something else. But how do we manage our anxiety? A big part of what we do here at Shriners is teaching kids to manage their anxiety. Now, kids know that we can't just change our anxiety with a snap of our fingers. If I'm feeling scared or anxious or worried, I can't just snap my fingers and be nice and calm and relaxed. It doesn't work that way. But we can change two things. We can change what we do and how we think. And these things, in turn, can change the way we feel. So it's important in a time like this to be mindful of what we're doing. We want to change what we do and find ways to distract ourselves and ways to care for ourselves. A great way to distract yourself is to engage in some sort of pleasant activity, often with the family. This could be going on a walk, working in the yard, sewing, baking, doing home improvement projects, anything you can do together as a family that feels good and get your mind off of all the craziness that's going on. Another important thing you can do is what we call self-care activities. These are activities that help recharge you and give you a break after a long day. These include things like taking a hot bath or hot shower, making sure you have time to spend with your spouse, reading a good book, engaging in some deep breathing or meditation or praying, anything that calms and relaxes you and makes you feel better. So after we've changed some of the things we're doing during the day to make ourselves feel better, we want to try to be mindful of the ways that we're thinking to ourselves. Everybody has this internal monologue, this self-talk. We're always talking to ourselves in ways that may or may not be helpful. So start to pay attention to that. Is what you're saying to yourself during the day, is it realistic? Is it helpful? Is it making you feel better? Oftentimes it's not, but the great thing is we can change that. We can change the way we talk to ourselves. Instead of focusing on all the negatives and all the scary possibilities, we can shift our focus to the things that are going well, to the opportunities this time is presenting us. Maybe it's more time with our kids. Maybe it's the fact that we do have access to healthcare here in the States. Maybe it's the fact that in all likelihood, things will return to normal at some point. There's a lot of positive things we can focus on during a difficult time like this. With that said, there's also some things to be concerned about, and it's okay to worry. But for many people, it helps to actually schedule time to worry. I know that sounds kind of silly, but it can be good to take an hour or an hour and a half at the end of the day and schedule that as your worry time. That's the time maybe you and your spouse sit down and make a plan for worst case scenarios, or discuss how to manage finances, or whatever you need to do to get yourself through this time. By scheduling a time to worry, you can reduce that anxiety that occurs throughout the day. And that's a good thing, because the really bad thing about anxiety is that it steals joy from all the present moments we have. Right now, we have a unique opportunity to be together with family, with our children, to be engaging in all kinds of new activities. But we don't want all that anxiety stealing joy from the time that we have with our children. With all of that said, our wish for you here at Shriners is that you stay safe and positive. Take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, we're all in this together.